started our live. Oh, hello. We already have my special guest with me today. So it is a bottom-up investor, which is Beyond. Hello, Beyond.
Hello, hey guys, I'm super glad to be here today. For those of you who don't know, I am part of Next Level Academy with Rachel. So I'm one of the program trainers as well. I know today is
Ask me
basically
anything.
just me and Rachel alone, right? But then she asked me if I wanted to come on as a special guest, and I thought why
Yeah.
not to give everyone a little lunchtime surprise. So here I am.
Yeah, I think Arisha was asking us, hey, you're doing a lunchtime talk. Yeah, I think some of our viewers are saying hi to us, Ziran, and also DC Wong and Ace as well. So, yeah, hello, hand waving. Okay, so anyway, today is just ask me anything about investing. I think we have about 30 of you guys here, and also we have our TikTok live guest as well. So we are testing out something new lah, just to do like a lunchtime talk to entertain you guys while we are having your lunch, right? So Beyond, how is your background, and what's your investing experience? How long have you been investing? Can you just
Okay, so I've been investing my background, I've been investing for more than a decade now. My background is actually in engineering, so I was totally, no finance background or things like that. I through my whole family situation earlier on, I had to figure out how can I grow my income, right? Which is more than just having my salary, because I think most of you know that in Singapore context, if you just survive for your salary, it's not really enough. And I wanted to build more income. I literally did what most people do, which is I just Googled top passive income ideas in Singapore.
Mhm.
And there were a lot of ideas. There were like, being an affiliate, starting a business, and selling products and things. Like so many things. But there was one that caught my eye, which I thought was simple, which is investing in the stock market, right? And being, even though in the engineering background, at least I know that my math is good, right? So I thought, okay, maybe let's try it. So that was how I got into investing. And to cut the long story short, been through lots of ups and downs,
Mhm.
lost 5 figures, but learned a lot more lessons. And happy to be here, to be able to be in a position to guide people and coach people, so all of you can learn from my mistakes, and also learn from the success that I had as well.
Yeah. By the way, guys, you have any questions? This is Ask Me Anything lah for our lunchtime talk series. You can type your questions in the chat. Anything. Recently the market has been going up and going down. As long as it's related to investing, you can ask us over here. Bjorn and I will, based on our own experience, and we will try to answer you guys. Okay. So hello, He Chao. Okay, hello as well. So, guys, if you have no questions, then we just chit chat here. Okay. Actually, right, I have been looking at the markets recently, and I think the most important thing that about a few hours ago, Donald Trump just announced on the news. Okay, if I can share my screen, right. I think he just announced. I don't know, Beyond. Have you looked at it or not? Like the semiconductor tariffs is going to be 100%.
Yes.
Can you guys believe it? Wow, that's crazy, man. I don't know whether y'all have seen the news. Basically, Donald Trump is saying that he's going to charge a tariff of 100%, which means every $1 that they import, they have to pay another dollar on it, which makes the raw materials, the raw resources that the semiconductor scene is providing, right, is gonna be double the expenses. Okay, if they import it over to the US. Okay, so Beyond, have you read the news, and what do you think?
Well, I think this news was just released um, right after the market closed. And I think that last night, if you guys seen the market, January it was okay, but semiconductor companies were moving a bit sideways. I think mostly because AMD earnings didn't meet up to expectations.
Yeah.
And now with this tariff news, right? This semicon, which I think the market kind of expected that it was coming, but they didn't expect that it'll be 100% tariffs. So what I think is that tonight, I think get ready to see a little bit more volatility in terms of semiconductor companies. So what kind of companies we're talking about? We're talking about like Nvidia, Broadcom, Texas Instrument, Lam Research, all of these companies. I think there'll be a bit more volatility that will happen today. So I think that's something to take note as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we have some questions coming in already. So let's look at our very first question. I think CC Low is asking, what's the purpose of trading Vega neutral fly in options? Personally, I don't really look at Vega. I only look at Delta. So and mainly I'm always looking at only the IV lah, an IV percentile when I'm doing options. So I don't know what Beyond thinks.
Okay, so Vega, right? Vega, you just think is basically how much the option price will change when the IV change itself, lah. So you kind of think of it like, it's very similar to like acceleration, very similar to gamma. So it's like sensitivity of the option price change implied volatility, lah. So the whole idea of when you do this Vega neutral trade, right, in options trading, right, is mainly because you want to profit from time decay, right? Time decay, which is very simple on the theta, right? Or directional movements up or down. So what Vega neutral butterfly means, right? You as a options trader, but it's trading, it's not long term, it's not a bullish or bearish strategy. Is you are expecting the market to move sideways and you are profiting from the decay of the options. So that is the whole idea to it. And you also want to limit your exposure to the IV changes, when earnings are very near, the IV will be more volatile and things like that. So Vega neutral kind of removes that, and it's mainly for you. You want to profit from the time decay. But take note that usually Vega neutral requires you to do a little bit more option strategy, usually 2, sometimes maybe even 3 strategies as well.
Yeah, and also can I suggest, right, if let's say you are very new to options and you are not a seasoned options trader, right? Don't go and try to do all those like fanciful strategies. Just keep it simple. I mean, we always say simple thing works, right? Then why you want to try to complicate things too much? Okay, so thanks, CC Low, for your questions. And I think we have another question. Okay, someone is asking us to comment on Maple Tree. Okay, personally, Carol, right? I don't really look at the Singapore stock market lah. I mean, I'm Singaporean. I'm very proud to be a Singaporean. Don't get me wrong, but for me, I don't really look at the Singapore stocks. Because the only thing that I look at is the banks law. Yeah, which I'm using my CPF to invest. Plus, I am investing my family's CPF to the Singapore stocks lah. Okay, for dividend purposes lah. Okay, so the rest of it, I don't really care what's going on lah. Yeah. Beyond, what do you think?
Sure. Okay. Because Carol, I just to share, when I started investing, I started from REITs, right? REITs, which is dividend investing, which I think most people in Singapore will start by. And at that point in time, last time it was Maple Logistics Trust, Maple Industrial Trust, and Maple Tree Commercial Trust. And Maple Tree Commercial Trust was one of my holdings, and I love it a lot. Why? Very simple, is because at that point of time, the Maple Tree Commercial Trust, right? Their main buildings were like the Google office buildings at the Vivo City area, and also another one of the holdings is Vivo City itself. If you think about it, right, in that area, the Vivo City is the only shopping mall around there. There is literally no competition around there. And if you think of all the tourists coming to Singapore, right, I'm sure if you want, you can type in the chat, what is the place that everyone will go when they come to Singapore at Harbourfront? And what is that shopping mall that they have to pass by before going to that place? Right? Just think of it that way. So initially it was that, and it makes it very, very sticky because there's no competition around there. Now, over time, this has evolved because they have, for this kind of REITs, right, they'll end up merging the properties together. So now Maple Tree Commercial Trust has kind of changed to what we call Maple Tree Pan Asia Commercial Trust, where they actually include the China property and things like that. So I think overall, Maple Tree is still a pretty good a REITs REITs investment. But you want to take note for this kind of commercial trust, right? You have to go and understand the Chinese properties in China, right? What are the properties there and how is the occupancy rate and things like that, lah. And when is all they have this criteria, which is the rated yield they get for the rental, lah. When is it expiring as well? Now,
Yeah.
for logistics and industrial, right, these are a bit more specific. It's a bit harder to research, even though they are good, but it's also very competitive, lah. I think CapitaLand is also a pretty strong competitor. And honestly, if you look at simply for malls, CapitaLand is a lot more shopping malls are very near the MRT, lah, if you notice that, lah. So that's I hope that helps.
Okay, ASA MCT is my very, very first REIT. Okay. Yeah, I think actually, right, for Singapore REITs, just to mind me sharing a bit more as well. Usually I go to this website. It's called S-REIT. It's by the fifth person. I usually look at their gearing ratio. Okay, because for REITs, they are highly reliant on loaning as well. So okay, actually first thing I look at is what's the yield of the dividend. Okay, because REITs basically they are kind of like renting out commercial space, right, to all those retailers out there. There's CapitaLand, there's Ascendas, there is First Street as well, which was very, very popular back then, a couple of years ago when I just started investing. Okay, I mean there's also Keppel, there's Mapletree. Okay, so usually the gearing ratio, right, we don't want it to be too high, right? And that's basically the information that I look at lah. But personally, I don't really go much into REITs. Yeah.
Yeah. So gearing ratio is the debts basically.
Yeah.
How much debt they can take, lah. So usually a good benchmark is about 40%. The lower the better. Once it goes up 50-60%, it's time to run out the door. And dividend yield, a good benchmark is around 5%.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at our other question. Wow, I think a lot of people is asking us, like Arisha, thanks for supporting our lunchtime talk. Asking about how we think about the tariffs on semiconductor. Yeah, so just now we mentioned that semiconductors is going to be taxed 100%. But you need to take note of what Donald Trump is saying in detail, because he's saying that if, let's say, the semiconductors company, they are willing to put some focus, convert some of their manufacturing plants in US, just like Intel, just like I think TSM as well. They are investing in Arizona as one of the places that they are going to move some of their operations to. So you should think of all these things, because Trump likes to give a lot of exemptions. Okay, if let's say you cut a deal with him, I think this morning we see that Apple's CEO Tim Cook was there with him when he announced this tariff. So obviously they have some relationship and some deal going on, right? That's why he's standing next to Donald Trump, when he actually announced all these things. So you have to take note lah, because usually when this kind of news comes out, there's going to be panic, there's going to be selling. Tonight we're going to see how the market reacts to this, but maybe later at 4:30 you can already see the pre-market reaction. Yeah, so I would just observe. I'm still holding on to my semiconductor companies lah. Yeah. So yep. DC also say Donald Trump can say everything and anything.
Yeah, guys, just to add, if you guys remember just 2 months ago, right, Nvidia dropped because of a very similar news. Trump was saying all kinds of stuff. Basically, it's also the same thing about ban, and then it dropped. Are banning the China chips, the sales of chip to China, and then Nvidia dropped after that. That was just 2 months ago. Look at where we are now. Nvidia is at all-time high. The whole consensus is this. All of you must understand, right, that this kind of semicon companies, right, they always have a way around. Even Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang has said it before. They have dealt with a lot of stuff before for being in business for the last. They've been around for more than close to 30 years now. They have dealt with all kinds of stuff, right? And they overcame everything, and they just became stronger and stronger. So honestly, if you ask me, I think yes, short term there might be a little bit volatility, but at the end of the day, right, think of the bull run that is ahead for the AI, right? All the focus that is on AI, and we are actually still in the early days. So the goal is you just want to remember that don't panic and sell, right? Because at the end of the day, right, as long as you hold great companies, right, in the long term, right, your money, your future self will thank you as well.
Exactly. Like what SJ said, TSM actually went up and they are opening a new fab at the state. So a lot of all these changes, they come very quickly right now. So most important thing is you need to keep updated, join our live so you get all this information out there. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I think He Chao is saying I'm really interested in investing in gold stocks like NEM. Can I do a call option now? For gold, right? Usually I look at GLD. Okay. Other than that, I don't really look at other ETFs lah. Not sure about Beyond. Not heard of NEM before.
Same. I mean, I just look at investing directly in gold.
Mm.
But I think let me see. Is He Chao, right? He Chao, I want you to just I don't know if I can share screen. Is there a way that I can share screen?
You cannot share screen. It's at the
Okay.
bottom. Or you send me the link. I can share
Okay.
for you.
I think I can share. Give me a moment. Okay, give me a moment, guys. Okay. You guys can see my screen, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I can add to screen. Okay, yes.
You guys can see, right? Okay, so let's just look at gold price, which is XAU lah. Okay, or we use GLD as a proxy. Yeah. Now look at how gold has run up now, right? Since 2004, 188 lah, and then now it run up, right? 2025, and then all the eyes on it 310. So of course this is when everyone says, hey, gold went up the past 1 year, right? It's time to go in. You want to do a long call. Now I want to share with you something. This is the 5 year. Let's zoom out a bit more. Okay, now you all must understand how gold works. Gold works as the opposite to stocks. Okay, when stocks goes up, gold will stay stagnant or they will go down. When stocks tank, right, gold will go up. That is the general consensus. Now, if you look at the run of gold, right, okay, until now the $300, you all must take note that from 2020, right, until 2024, right, where I just showed, gold literally moves sideways. Okay, so when you're and the same thing, if you look further back, it actually dipped for a longer period, or even if you buy like 2013, right, until 2019, right, you literally make like peanuts. So when you do a call option, you have to take note that what is inside the call option. You all can type in the chat. Okay, what is that thing that limits you, right? So then when you hold, right, you all must know what is that time horizon. All right, because at the end of the day, gold is just there is no fundamentals back into it. It is all supply and demand to it lah. So I mean, it's up to you if you want to do it. I personally would not do it lah. I think there is better way to do call options on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we do teach that on our class as well. So, anyway, for those who are really interested in our class, we do have a next session coming up on Monday. We are also doing this every 2 weeks. We'll have a session. With the really up-to-date market updates as well that I'll be sharing. So if you guys are interested, I have posted the link over there. You can go and join. For those of you who are on TikTok, you can go to my bio. Link is in my bio. You can join our class as well. Okay. So anyway, let's continue with our questions. So keep the questions coming, guys. We will be here for the next 40 minutes. Okay. So keep them coming. Okay. So we have another comment by Ziran Xie. I just sold my first MSFT and Meta Bull put spread option because I'm bullish on holding both. Then saw your post about August to September is historically the most bearish month. How screwed am I and should I cut loss? Ziran, you need to ask yourself when you actually executed this bull put spread, right? Oh, by the way, your bull put spread, right? What's the expiry? Because that matters quite a lot. Can you type in the chat when is your expiry? Okay. So for Microsoft, it's actually in my portfolio. For Meta, I wish that I had bought it during the April dip. But usually for bull put spread, I think it's quite dangerous if you do it on very, very short term basis because it can just screw you over lah. But what does Beyond think about bull put spread?
I I personally don't do it as much lah. I don't really like it lah. I mean, I prefer just doing a sell put. You know, the whole idea is you just get a company that you want, right? And even if it drops below, I mean, I'm happy to own it because you know in the short term it might drop, you might think that you're losing, but in the long term, chances are if you invest in a great company, you will win. But to answer your
Yeah.
question directly, how screwed you are and should I cut loss? Well, I wish I have a crystal ball to tell you the answer, but I don't have. But I think that it really depends on your expiry, number one. Depends on the strike price that you're at. If you're doing at a strike price that is at a support, I think it should be fine. But you just have to brace yourself of the volatility lah, right? There's no right or wrong here. But at the end of the day, I think one of the best way is knowing what is your max loss and whether you can stomach it. If you cannot stomach the max loss, that worst case scenario, then that might be a sign that you should maybe cut losses or have a kind of like a take profit zone.
Yeah, I think Zoran mentioned that it's 30 days. 30 days, but now it's 7 August already. So that means you left about 7 or 8 days. So really you have to decide for yourself. We don't want to give you guys the answer because it is your own portfolio. Go and take responsibility for that as well. Okay. So okay, thanks Zoran for your questions. Okay, this is my favorite topic. Okay, about healthcare. Okay, any thoughts on UNH and NDO in the mid to long term worth investing? Personally, I'm a bit biased. Okay, hi Jessica. I do have quite a lot of my portfolio. I think it's about 20% into healthcare. So when the healthcare companies take the hit, my portfolio also took a hit. But luckily, I do have a lot of tech stocks in my portfolio as well. So that's why I wasn't hit as much as some people that are very, very into the tech, into the healthcare companies. So for UNH, I actually did quite a lot of research into it, and that's why I actually entered recently in the when they actually got hit quite hard in the last couple of days lah. For NVO, I didn't enter lah. Okay, so UNH is actually my long term portfolio. Okay, the reason why is because it is one of the top 3 medical insurance companies in the whole of US. You know how big US is, right? That's why I'm not afraid. That's why I actually entered more. So it depends on your conviction on the companies lah. Okay, if it drops, are you happy to go and buy more, just like me, or are you very, very worried? Then maybe you shouldn't be in your portfolio in your first place. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I think. Beyond, I know you're also into UNH as well. What are your thoughts?
Oh, okay. So I'm not in NVO. Okay. I'm in UNH. I think I'll just Richard has touched more of it, but I think I will just sum up everything in I think three terms. The first term is a high quality company. Okay, so for UNH, NVO, I didn't do a lot of research. Pharmaceutical is not really something that I like. Okay, so UNH, high quality company, undervalued, long term. Okay, so these are the 3 things that I will stop here and hand over to you.
Okay. Wow, we have 70 plus over here watching us. So guys, can you let me know in the chat, is lunchtime talk something that interests you guys? Okay, if yes, can you type yes in the chat? If yes, I will do more of it. Okay, so give me some information as well so I can do it more for you guys. Okay, so next Ace is asking, hey Ace, long time no see. Okay, is there such things as option day trading? Yes lah, it's called zero DTE law. You can just go and buy and then it expires on the same day itself. So you can see the profits or the losses on the day when you wake up lah. Or if you cannot sleep, like my friend, my very, very good friend, if you cannot sleep when you do the zero DTE, then you go and sleep at 4 o'clock lah. Okay, so there is. Okay, and this one I will probably let Beyond answer. Okay, which ETF is best for long-term growth?
JJ Wong, I think straightforward, SPY, QQQ, VOO. Those are the ones that are, in a way, has been around a long time already. Very good track record. I honestly think you can't go wrong with that. They all track very similar companies. SPY and VO, they are about the same lah. QQQ is also actually all about the same lah. It's just QQ is a bit more tech heavy in a way. But I think these are good ETFs that you can look at. Again, SPY, VOO, and QQQ.
Okay, I will type in a chat for you guys. VOO and QQQ. Okay, cool. All right. Any questions you want to answer, Beyond?
Yeah, I think I can take Arisha's question, right? Only Apple is up, Nvidia, Microsoft, TSM, himself, if you synthetic options on these stocks expiring, should we continue to hold? Okay, Arisha, again, ask yourself, what is your intention when you do this synthetic, right? Many times whenever we do a trade, the mindset that we have is we are trading. Okay, and it's common, right? In everything that we learn today, right? But if trading, right, you must set your rules lah, continue to hold lah. You must understand your why in whatever trades that you do, right? So I think more importantly, especially you're doing a synthetic, right? Okay, you must ask yourself what is the worst case scenario when you do a synthetic. The worst case scenario, right, is that you will get exercise on these stocks. You have to buy the stock at a particular price. And then the next question you want to ask yourself is, do you have the cash to go and buy the stocks at that price? If you don't have the cash to buy the stocks at the price, then you will be in trouble, right? So that is the worst case scenario actually. But if you are ready to buy the shares at that price and you are, let's assume you do on Nvidia, Microsoft, TSM, ASM, which are great companies in the long term, right? Then even if you can exercise at the price, maybe right now you might think you drop, but in the next few years, you'll probably be higher than where we are today. So that is your biggest risk if you don't have the cash to exercise. But I think that is something for you to consider lah. Is it more for trading, or is it more, you are ready to buy these companies at that particular price?
Yeah, and our friends on TikTok, you can also ask questions. Like over here. So far, you all never ask question. Then I don't know how to help you guys. Okay. So anyway, I can answer Ziran's question. How to use CPF OA to invest in the three banks. What I do is Ziran, do you know Endowus or Saif? You can actually link it to your CPF OA account. But you must have at least 20,000 inside your OA account. Then other than 20,000, your 21,000, 22,000, then you can use to invest. Okay. So if you only got 10,000, CPF OA will not allow you to use the money because they want to protect us. Okay. Our government very good. I really love our government. Okay, Singapore government makes us Beyond, why you laugh? I'm a nationalist. Okay, I'll support Singapore government. Okay,
I'm smiling because I am a patriotic citizen as well.
Same lah.
I'm
Okay,
a super patriotic citizen.
Yeah, so Ziran, you can actually just use that to invest, or you can go through your normal Singapore brokers like UOB Kay Hian, which I don't really use anymore lah. You can use your own bank, right? When you go DBS, you can open CPF investment account, and then they will just you just link it to your SingPass. You can invest very, very easily lah. The information is online. Yeah, you can go and search for it. Okay. Sebastian, I am bearish. Do I use bear call compared to bull put? If let's say you are bearish and you want to hedge your portfolio against the market, you can just do a buy put lah. Okay, but usually I don't really do bearish option strategy because I will just wait for whatever it is that's coming to just drop, right? And then I'll just invest it straight away. Okay, I don't really like to go against the market because right now it's at an all-time high. You don't know how much higher it's gonna go, but you also don't want to be caught where it goes even higher, but then you're doing a bearish strategy, but then it just keeps going higher and higher. Okay, so I don't really do bearish option strategies. The only thing might do is I will do a buy put if let's say I feel like it is going on the bearish state already. Okay, it's just to hedge and protect my portfolio. Okay, cool. Okay, any other questions? Oh wow, Hee Chao, is there opportunity from us to learn from you as a student? I'm truly eager to invest my time and fully learning and growing, even without a full-time job. Wow, Hee Chao, are you a student? If you're a student, then okay, you can DM me, okay? Okay, we do have I mean we are always open up, okay? Or you can join my Monday lesson, okay? Monday I'm gonna teach for 2 hours as well, okay? You can join, huh? Okay. Okay, next question. Wow, how come we all keep getting the options questions? You guys are all 80 plus of you guys are interested in options, is it? Can you guys type yes in the chat if you are? Okay, is the current market conditions suitable for long leap call? Which strategy is good? Beyond, what do you think?
Okay, well, I think long leap call, right? It is always in a way better than short term leap call because 2 years, 2.5 years, I think is a sufficient time for the business to progress the fundamentals. So, in terms of whether current market condition, I think it's very subjective lah. I think you want to consider what is the short term macro news, and as well as the long term company's fundamentals because short term might always be affected by macro. Example, the tariff news and things like August and September historically are down months. Because when you buy a leap call, right, you want to see how you can best optimize your position, right? When it's like, buying it using the FA and TA to find certain entry points lah. So I think that's something to take note more of. Is suitable still, but you have to be watch and see how you can optimize lah. What strategy is good is the literal strategy that you just said, leap call. So
Yeah.
I think that is a good strategy.
Yeah, and always do it for as long as you can, because if let's say the market changes in the short term, right, if you do the maximum, which is some stocks you can do up to 3 years, right, then you got 3 years to be correct, what. And if you do it on good FA companies like what Beyond mentioned, right, you can just keep holding it. Okay, yeah, just keep holding it. Hey, hello Desmond. Hello, this is our student. Nice to see you. Thanks for always very supportive of us. Okay. All right. Elvin is asking, any thoughts on Palantir? Wow, I know this is Beyond's favorite company. Maybe not favorite lah. It's at a all-time high now. Still can wait or go in for pullback. Elvin, it does depends because there are a lot of companies that you think is at an all-time high, but eventually it goes even higher. Okay. But what do you think is going to happen for Palantir? What's the future growth plans that they have that that definitely can grow? So ask yourself all these questions, because don't just keep reacting to the market price lah. If not, you will just be like, whenever Donald Trump say something, then you're just reacting lor. But if let's say you already have a good plan that you know that Palantir is going to grow and it's going to go even higher, then I would say is a good company for your portfolio lah. Okay. For us, we look at technical analysis. We do whenever it's at a resistance, right, which is the all-time high, which we do teach in our class as well. Whenever it hits resistance, you shouldn't be touching it lah. Okay, unless you know something, you know someone that's working in Palantir, you know that they have some secret plans. That one is called insider trading. Okay, so if you know something that we don't, then probably you can execute it lah. Beyond, what do you think of Palantir?
Okay. I don't know if you have a position or not, Alvin. If you have a position, don't sell it. Right. I think that Palantir you can hold forever. You can hand it down to your kids lah. So honestly, I don't think you need to sell Palantir. Now, if you don't have a position, like what you said, wait for pullback because companies like Palantir, they'll always be super overvalued. So wait for pullback. Use I know FA it's very hard to do the FA. Use TA, use the things. I mean, we teach more in our class, like how to use TA, different aspects of TA to find a proper entry, but use TA to find entry points and enter at pullbacks.
Yep. Okay. Oh, we have a question on our TikTok. Wow, finally. AI is asking, zero DTE options trading tips, please. Wow, this one AI, you challenging me there, because I don't really do zero DTE anymore. I did it last time when it maybe at last year I did it quite a lot. I was doing it every single day. But the start of this year, I discovered that it is not really for me lah. Okay, it's not really for me because the risk to reward ratio, I don't really like it. Okay, but if let's say you are someone that you you are a thrill seeker and you like to take risks, right? Then I would say you should go ahead and doing it. Keep doing it lah. Okay. So yeah, this is my thoughts lah. And to me, zero DT feels like trading lah. You know, every day you're just praying that the thing doesn't hit your out of your goalpost. So I don't really do it personally anymore. But I do have friends that are doing it as well. Okay, but you need to be very very seasoned to do it properly. Okay, if you are not blessed, you are not you are not lucky enough. Then I would say you go through the normal way, the very very safe way. That's the best. Okay. By the way, right? If let's say you want to come for our class, we do have a QR code over here that you can join us as well. Monday, I'm going through a lot more in detail, what's happening in the market. Today is just a lunchtime, just chit chat. We didn't expect like so many people would join. But yes, you can join us at our class. I'll send the link below as well. So please do join us. I will be happy to share more on what is my outlook of the market. Okay, so Elijah is asking for long leap calls, how to determine when to exit. I determine it by two things. Okay, either when it hits the resistance, okay, which is the TA portion. Like I said, I teach it during my class as well. Either from the resistance, or number two is where my expiry is very very close. Okay, there's a magic formula to that as well. So I won't tell you how many days. You come at my class to find out. Okay, so if let's say you are very very close to the expiry already, then I will say go and close it lah. Okay, so these are the two things that helps me to determine. Okay, beyond any comments.
Yeah, actually before I add on, I just want to ask everyone, can you all of you let us know, right, if you all enjoy this kind of live stream from me and Rachel? I know today was a surprise thing, but can you let us know? Just type in the chat. Do you guys enjoy this kind of dual live stream where you hear from her perspective and my perspective? If you enjoy, just type yes, because this is just a Q&A, but there's a lot of things that actually we've been thinking about. I wanted to get your feedback. If you enjoy this kind of thing, just type yes in the chat, and then we will see how we can get more of these going to keep you guys occupied, and also just learn from us and for us to meet all of you. Okay, so now to the question, right? Long lips call. Yes, Elijah. I do. Actually, Rachel has said most of it, lah. I think that is just the main thing, right? You just look at the expiry. There's a certain gauge lah where time decay will be faster, so you want to take note of that. Alternatively, just use TA to help you to find the exit.
Yeah. Okay. Carol is asking, what's the September 4 thing? Wow, this one, right? I just went through with some of my students earlier this week. It's just based on some statistics lah. That usually, okay, based on the last 70 years of data, usually in August and September, it is where the market starts to become a bit more bearish somehow or rather. This is based on data. It's not I tell you, you tell me, these kind of things, but it's based on data that we have all of this movements just in the September period. Okay, if I can pull out the maybe I can pull out the stats for you guys. Okay, Beyond, what do you think? Well, I'm pulling out the stats.
Yeah, well, Carol, this September, August and September, right? So there has been studies done, alternative data studies done of these people who have actually researched, right, since 1950, right, the monthly average return of the SPY, and historically August and September has been a little bit more volatile months lah. So it's just something funny that always happens in August and September. So like last year in August, what happened was the yen carry trade. Right, and there's like, I think in 1990s there was the Iraq-Kuwait war that came suddenly, and at the start of August we saw a little bit tease of that, with Trump suddenly announcing about the new tariffs, and now with the 100% semicon thing, right? There's just something about August which makes it a bit more volatile in the short term. So that's why there's this August September 4 kind of thing. So yeah, like the screenshot that Richard is sharing right now.
Yeah, exactly. This is what Beyond is talking about. So that's just somehow or rather every single month, every based on data, there's always all these big events or out of the blue events. Okay, nobody can predict one. It always happens in August. Okay, and also right, just now Beyond mentioned, the S&P 500 returns for the last 75 years. It is always in August and in September. Okay, that it has always gone down. Okay, this is just the average returns. Okay, so other months, wow, you see November, wow, super hot already. Okay, you see July, okay, which we already experienced. That's why I tell you guys, data, right, tells us a lot of things. Data tells us based on past experience, what's going to happen. Is it going to happen for 100%? The answer is no. But based on data, we can have a more confident approach when we are approaching all these kind of tricky months. Okay, so that's why I say right now, what you need to do is you need to get prepared. Okay, right now we are just at the start of August. Okay, that's why I say, come to my Monday class. I'm going to teach you guys how to prepare for all this August and September period. Okay, cool. So thanks, Carol, for your question. Okay, DC is asking any recommendations on Ireland domicile ETF. Wow, DC, interesting question. Why are you interested in Ireland? Okay, it's not a country that I have looked at before, but maybe you know something different. Okay.
Let me share a little bit more lah. So I think Ireland domicile, because for US ETF, right, we have to pay this thing called the withholding tax, which is 30%, right? But Ireland domicile ETFs, the withholding tax is generally lesser lah. So in terms of what ETFs to look at, I think the equivalent of what we talk about, SPY, QQQ, there is like VRWA. These are like Vanguard All World ETF. You can look at IWDA as well. I think those are the two biggest ones. Ireland domicile. I think those are also pretty good and comparable to the one like we see in the US, like SPY and QQQ that has lower withholding tax as well.
Yeah. But instead of looking at all these little ways to save some money, all this little amount does matters. But I always look at not how much I can save, but how much I can earn more. Because how much you can save, it might be limited, but how much you can earn more is unlimited. Okay, so think of ways that can help you to safely make money, and you don't need to do so many things lah. Okay, for me, I really like to invest in a very simple way, and it works for me. Okay, but for DC, maybe finding all these ways does work for you, because everyone has different ways to invest, and also everyone has different preferences. So that's why there's so many ways to invest. Okay, there's crypto, there is trading as well. People like to stare at the laptop and the screens and the charts every single day, every single hour. And then there's crypto as well. People like to do have more movements in the market. Okay, so everyone is different. Okay, all right. Kelly say, look at Thai government. Is there anything happening in the Thailand space? Maybe you can let us know. Okay. So Chris, what is your outlook for Q2? Chris, Q2 over already. Okay, now we are at Q3 already. Okay, I mean coming to it lah. Okay, but a lot of companies that are releasing their Q2 results. This is the earnings period, so that's why there is also a lot of movements, a lot of companies that are showing very, very good potential. Okay, so my strategy for investment, I only tell my students. Okay, cannot review here lah. Too many people already. Later my students say not fair to them. Okay, just kidding. So no matter the results, right, I always look at more long term lah. Okay, I always look at 1 year and 5 years. Quarterly results, it is important. Okay, because it shows whether a company is on track to fulfilling their estimations or their predictions of their whole year's growth. Okay, but it doesn't show you the full picture. Okay, maybe some of the things that they are planning only comes in on Q3 or only comes in on Q4. Okay, so it is an indication of whether they are on track, but I don't base my investment based on quarterly results. Okay, Beyond, what about you?
I think that my outlook for okay, so Chris, I think you edited a message right for H2 and
For
my
H2.
investment strategies lah.
Ah,
So, well, actually, I just shared it in our community in our live webinar a few days ago. I can just give a little bit lah, right? I'm not going to share everything lah, but I think H2. Right now, of course, August and September, we have already shared over it lah, right? And in terms of, I think at the end of the year, I still think we will see markets will go up at the end of the year and in the next 2, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. That has always been my outlook, right? And in terms of my investment strategy, well, it has always been buying quality companies. That has always worked. That has been proven since decades ago. Not just like 5 years ago, then it's proven successful. It's been proven decades ago, right? And many times people they were like they think that, oh, it's so boring, just buy companies and hold forever. Yes, it's supposed to be like that, my friend. It's supposed to be boring to go and hold companies forever. That's how you become filthy rich, when you buy and you hold until you're 60, and then you take a whole huge pot of money and you go and enjoy your life. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be, right? But a lot of things that you see nowadays of a lot of things of you see like doing this kind of daily earnings and things like that, I tell you, you're putting a lot more emotions into play and things like that. So depends on what suits you. For me, it has always worked for me. And on top of doing this kind of long-term mindset, right, that's where we couple in option strategies to go and have that little burst whenever we can, and at the same time to build a second income while we are at it. So we are just squeezing the best of both worlds at the end, which is what we always teach our members on how to kind of like maximize and optimize their investment strategies. So that's my overall thought lah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, for me also, I think me and Beyond very similar, but also a bit different lah. I mean, we do have our own ways of investing, but actually our values are very very similar. You know, just go and invest in companies that you can sleep well on lah. Okay, so a lot of people they invest very very short term thinking, right? Then the companies you invest in, if you cannot sleep at night, then very to me very meaningless. You just keep worrying. Those people that every night they have to, it's like 9:30 already, I have to go and open my account and go and see. Then it's not something that is sustainable lah. Okay. By the way, guys, you can also join us on our Telegram group. Okay. So sometimes we do share a lot of updated news as well for our members, okay, for the public as well. We want to really educate you guys. We do share lunchtime talks like this on our Telegram group as well. So if you want to be notified, next time we go live, or you have some questions you want to ask us on our next live, you can also join us on our Telegram group. I post it in the chat as well. Okay, so my TikTok friends, you can go on my bio to go and see our TikTok channel lah. Okay, so Beyond, you want to share screen, is it?
Yeah, you can let me share. This is for those of you who are on, I don't know if you can scan it over here. If you're on PC now, you can just scan it directly, this QR code. And when you scan, you enter a Telegram, right? You will scroll out a little bit, right? And we actually just gave a special gift to all of you who just joined, which is our exclusive top 8 stocks watch list that is just updated few days ago, Q3 edition. So this is something, is a little National Day gift that we are giving to all of you. So just scan it over here. If you need the direct link, I think that we have also pasted it into the chat. We have just pasted it into the chat. So just click it and join the Telegram chat. And that's where we have a lot more updates as well for you guys to benefit from it lah. Highly recommended. I don't think you want to take away something, and we want to give you more than just this live session. So this is where you will get everything over here. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thanks Beyond for sharing. Okay, Tan is also saying thanks for the info and updates. Julie, Janet said really enjoy our session. A lot of you guys really love all of our session. Okay, it's like a fun session now. Okay, so very good. Okay, Michael Anthony say, so you are in China and looks like a nice day there. Not China leh. I'm in Singapore. Okay, Singaporean here. I'm not China. Okay, my ancestors are from China lah. Okay. Okay, so this question by In Chai Saw. For beginners, newbies, laymen, what's the safest way to build and grow wealth? It is to follow us, okay? It is to join our TikTok channel and our Telegram channel, okay? So but basically the safest way is you just buy and hold, or if let's say you are someone that you don't want to look at the market every day, or this is not your full-time job, you are not like me and Beyond, we look at it every day because we are really interested and we really enjoy looking at the markets every day. That's why we do it. And if you are someone that is like my sister, my mother, they don't want to look at it, right? Then you just buy and hold. Okay, buy and hold good companies. You don't need to worry too much. You don't need to just get started. Actually, I would just say just get started. Buy something. Doesn't matter what you buy. Okay. Wait, it does matter what you buy. But just buy the very, very safe companies, or just go and buy the index. Don't go and buy the Singapore index. Okay, that one not okay, I shall not say much lah. Okay, this one recorded. So yeah, just follow us on TikTok, on Telegram. We really share quite a lot of useful information. Then every single day you learn something new, right, about investing. 1 year later you realize that you are not a beginner anymore. You are not a newbie anymore. Okay, cool. Okay, this one, Beyond, you want to continue sharing, or you want to?
Yeah, I was just giving time for people to scan. But I can take this question. SMCI, do you think it's a good time to buy and accumulate the shares? Bright Star, I think I can't give you advice lah, right? I cannot tell you say it's good to buy your shares because what I think really differs from every single people, including Rachel here. So I think you want to most importantly look at why it actually dropped 18%. Okay, don't focus only on the price. Focus on why it dropped 18%. Looking at the numbers and ask yourself, right, is it justified or not, this drop? Is it because their numbers are decreasing then and they are losing customers? If that is the case, why the drop, then that is like a fundamental shift lah. But if the drop is because of a short-term thing, which is just temporary, and they actually still meet their numbers and all, right, then that might be another opportunity. But again, this is not financial advice. Ultimately, the whole idea is that as the fundamentals of the company improve, the share price will improve. And it's very important, right, to not just focus on the price and enter. You want to know why it dropped. The why is exceptionally important, which is what we always emphasize. Because if you don't understand the why, you will just end up losing your money.
Correct. Wow, actually, it's almost 1 hour already, guys. We have 7 more minutes, okay, but I can extend it a little bit for you guys lah, if you really like all these sessions. But let's go through some of the questions. We just want to quickly run through so that we don't miss out anything. Okay, so Malap, I don't know how to pronounce your name lah. Can monies in cash management account like Tiger Vault be used to secure put options sale in case we get assigned? Are you using Tiger Brokers? Is that what you're referring to? Because personally, I don't use Tiger, so I don't know what's Tiger Vault. But if let's say you don't have enough cash and you go and do a put options, what's gonna happen is they are going to sell off your shares. Okay, they're gonna sell off your other shares. So let's say you have other companies that you don't plan to sell, they are gonna sell it for you. Okay, or your account will become in a margin account. Okay, if let's say you're in a margin account, then they are going to charge you this thing called the interest rate. Okay, because it's kind of like you're borrowing money from the brokerage. Okay, so just don't do that lah. Don't do that. Always do strategies that you have money to handle it for lah. Okay. All right. Okay. This one, wow, very long questions are your very detailed question. Okay, so PFE has been beating earnings all 3 quarters and keep raising the outlooks after announcing earnings and always beat it. And Michael Anthony, is that a question or not? If it's a question, I don't know what you're asking. Okay, so anyway, Ziran's asking how much percentage of your portfolio do you put in crypto? Who is Jeremy Tan Koko? Okay, I don't know who is that.
Jeremy Tan is the guy who ran for election.
Oh, okay.
Jeremy Tan.
Yeah. Oh, the independent candidate. Okay. Personally, I don't really deal with crypto. Actually, in fact, when Bitcoin hit 100K, I sold off my crypto. Okay, and I use it to fund my investments. Okay, so I don't really understand, or I don't really like the fluctuations of crypto lah. But I think everyone is different. Beyond, I think you do understand crypto a bit better than me.
Yes. Well, Ziran, I think for crypto, as much as you see several, I wish I can say the shit word here, but I'm not going to say it. There's a lot of coins out there, and a big part of it are actually I think over the past few months we have seen like some stable coin, like one of it is doing real assets. They suddenly just bloody hell rock the whole chart like that. So I think for crypto is very volatile. So I think percentage of portfolio very subjective, but I probably have like 5 to 10% of my portfolio in crypto, and what I have is just Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? But if you're into crypto more, you can IB is a proxy to get the Bitcoin ETF. But I think that other than that, you want to be a bit more careful about it lah, because
Yeah,
there are a lot of scams and things that happen in the crypto space.
yeah,
As,
exactly.
yeah, as much as everyone tell you, wow, there's a lot of money to be here. Trust me, I've been in the crypto space for 4 to 5 years now. I've seen all kinds of stuff. People can tell you one thing and the next day they can just disappear. Ponzi schemes,
Mm,
literal Ponzi schemes, they are still apparent in the space as well. So
yeah.
always tread with caution over there.
Yeah, exactly. Especially crypto, right? Because it's built to be a bit more untrackable. So a lot of times it is a bit more risky, lah, if you ask me. If especially they are not MAS regulated. Okay, there's a difference between whether they are regulated or whether they have license or not. A lot of companies they are regulated, but they are not licensed. Okay, recently you see in the news, some companies they are just exempted from the MAS law. But then the exemption can just one day be just like bum, it's gone already. Okay, so be careful with how where you put your money at. Okay, so just make sure that it is I mean you know what you're doing lah. Okay, so if you have crypto and you're worried, right, you can put your crypto into this thing called the Cold Wallet. Okay, I also started investing in crypto about 7, 8 years ago, about actually about 7 years ago lah. I have my Cold Wallet. Okay, so make sure you put it in somewhere safe. Okay, someone on TikTok is asking us, is investing in silver good? Personally, I don't do it. I invest in gold. So silver, I don't really look at it lah. Maybe next time I can ask one of my co-trainers, Julian, who is our expert in all these things lah. Okay, so okay, I think we have just about 2 minutes left. Okay, so let's look at some questions that maybe we want to answer. Okay, Arisha, thanks for your support. She's saying that we are very generous in our sharing for beginners. So thanks for supporting all of our programs, Arisha. Really love to see you guys grow as well as investors. Okay, so Prabha says I got 5K from scalping AAPL. Is it good 65K account? So Prabha, it depends on what you like lah. Because scalping is a bit tricky lah. Okay, sometimes you might get lucky. Sometimes if the market doesn't go your way, then it sucks lah. Okay, so Carol is asking, cash management should be like the money market funds that people are managing for us. Beyond, do you understand this question?
Yeah, basically this is the tiger cash management. Technically, yes lah, right. For cash management, right, you just have to make sure that liquidity, that is the main thing. Like how when you take out your money, right, how fast can you take your money back? Right. If let's say they say that, oh, you once if you apply you take out, you can only take back in 1 week. Your liquidity is locked for 1 week. So I think the most important thing is just liquidity. I think money market funds are fine for you to hold your cash and earn a little bit of interest there while we're at it. But just make sure that you have that liquidity for you to withdraw is fast. So I think that I want to link it to a situation that happened last time. I don't know if any one of you have heard of chocolate finance before. If you heard of it, type in the
Yes.
chat. There is this situation where suddenly everyone mass withdraw funds and you have to wait for 7 days before you withdraw it. And they also put the money in the money market funds as well. Even though Tiger Broker is a bit different now, but that's one thing to take note. Or worst case scenario, like what I saw DC said about Tokenize, which is a crypto exchange. That exchange is dead, right? That people put the money inside. Now they cannot even withdraw the money at all.
Oh,
So those are the like the risk lah of crypto exchange as well, especially those that are not regulated, as
yeah.
well as if you don't have the liquidity anytime. So I think that's the most important thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because actually my friend was recommending me to join Chocolate Finance, and they were saying that hey, you can get X amount of dollars if you just put your money there. You can do that lah. You know, these are the benefits. Then you just faster take out lah. Immediately you just go and take out. Okay. So yeah, okay. Wow, we are at 1 o'clock. Hey, Julian, you are here. Is it too late to get into Zooverse? Zooverse is beyond.
Just to share with everyone, I founded an NFT project called Zooverse.
Yeah.
So that is how I have got into the space until today as well. And just to share with everyone lah, right? So I just find it very fun and very interesting. But at the same time, that was exactly how I learned about all of this to ensure that none of you. I've also treaded the path, the rocky path, the uncertain path. So I know how it works as well. So trust me when I tell you that not everything that everyone tells you out there is real. You have to vet what they say. And that is exactly what we also share with our students, right? Like whatever we share, we are just upfront and honest. We don't try to like only tell you the success case. We tell you the exact journey that we've been through, what we've learned, so that you can avoid the pitfalls.
Definitely. And wow, I think given now in the space there's so many like new brokerage, new things out there. There's always a shiny object lah. But it's already up to you guys. Personally, I like to do things that are safe and I can just go and enjoy my life, just go and do research, spend time with my family. So a lot of things you can try, but make sure that your risk management is proper lah. Okay, 80% of your things, maybe 90% of your things should be in the safe space. Whereas 10% you just go and try your things. We can start a itchy hand portfolio where I always tell my students, if they really very itchy hand, they very scared, you just take a small portion of your portfolio. Just go and open another account, then go and do whatever testing you want lah. Okay, then maybe at least you know that 90% is in a safe space, then you can go and sleep at night lah. Okay. Carol wants to ask about silver. Okay, next time I'll get Julian on. Okay, then Julian can share about silver. Okay, wow. Wow. Ziran say totally not into crypto wallets or shitcoin, meme coins, but suddenly you believe that blockchain AI will change the world forever. Cannot, don't buy. Definitely. If you believe in it, then just put some of your money where the mouth is lah. Okay, just go and do it. Okay. Okay, let's take our last questions out of the day. Okay, we already extended a little bit already. So, Troming Gu is asking, can covered call alone make me lots of money? The answer is yes, but depends on what you do your covered call on lah. Okay, Dion, what do you think?
Yeah, well, it can make you money. It can also make you lose out on a lot of opportunity. Just imagine if you sell covered call on a company like Palantir or Nvidia or even whatever Microsoft along the years of like the price when they're running up. If you continuously sell covered call, you have missed out on a lot of upside. Like I've seen students who sold covered calls of Palantir at $40, right? Now it's $160. Right. So yes, it can make you money. But it can also limit your upside lah. So that's why, but that's why in what we teach both sides, right? We teach both how can you do covered call, to especially at certain points, and we actually executed some trades recently as well. Actually, in fact, just last night, and then we show how we do it as well, our thought process. At the same time, we also teach the other side, is how do you sell cover puts, and that is a strategy that we call BOSS. It's something that Rachel will cover in her upcoming class next week. So for those of you, even though if you're new, if you're experienced, right, and if you're looking to, I mean, just learn. We are not saying that, oh, come here and become like we're going to teach you something super technical. Not really. We're going to teach you something that even a beginner can understand easily. So for those of you who have been trying and you realize that you're not moving anywhere, like you're confused by all the jargons, everyone throws you around, and everyone telling you they make like 100, 200 over percent returns. I think just come to our class. I think you realize that. I think from our live chat today, you realize that what we share is actually what actually works for us, and we are still
Mm.
executing until today. And you'll just find a lot of and we strongly believe you'll find a lot of value from there as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm doing the class, by the way, on the 11th of August, and it's gonna be at 8 p.m. Okay, Singapore time. Okay, Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan time. You can go and sign up in the link that I just shared in the chat. So make sure that you do that as well. And beyond, are you able to share our TikTok? Sorry, our Telegram
Sure.
group
Let me
screenshot as
share
well.
again. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, guys, do you guys enjoy our sessions today? If you enjoyed it, please give us a yes in the chat so that we know, and then I can tell my boss that, hey, we can do more of this kind of lunchtime chat. Okay, we just entertain you guys. Answer some questions while you guys are having your lunch. But you appear here, then maybe your boss will know that you are taking some time off work lah, or maybe you have an extended lunch. Okay, just kidding. Okay. Anyway, thanks guys for joining us today. You can go and scan the QR code, or you can go to the channels that you are watching this from. We do link it in our account as well. So yeah, I think really enjoyed the session today. Beyond, you got anything to share before we go?
No, nothing. Just make sure to join. I think we'll be adding a lot of stuff, and next week we'll also have some sessions. Actually, next Monday, it'll be my turn to actually go live. So I'll be
Yes.
sharing, the top 5 stocks that we see in everyday life that you guys can take a look at. So it's going to be fun, but do join our Telegram chat. It's on the screen over here. Scan in. I think that there's a lot of things that you'll find valuable over here. And it's not a chat where we ask you to join and we don't post anything. We practically post like once every day, once every 2 days, a lot of updates and insights for all of you to learn and just grow and get value from.
Yeah, thank you so much, Y Alien and Theo Desmond, our supporter. And DC says, boss need to pay your OT during lunch. Ha ha ha. Okay, and Lee says, thank you, Arisha. Thanks for coming as well. So we will just end the live stream here today, and I will see you guys on Monday. Okay, everybody, thank you guys so much. Bye
All
bye.
right, bye bye.
Bye.
See